podcast.
Welcome to MeatEater Trivia, the only game show where conservation always wins. I'm your host, Spencer Newarth, and today we're joined by Stephen Rinella, Brody Henderson, Randall Williams, Maggie Hudlow, Corinne Schneider, Levi Morgan, and Nick Pinizzotto. Levi and Nick, this is your first time on the show. How do you think you'll do at MeatEater Trivia?
I'm nervous.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
That you don't think you'll perform well, or what?
That I won't get a single one right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you'll do better than that.
What's peculiar about this is we just had a long conversation about mental discipline and all that, and I see that he is not applying. He is not applying his own lessons to the trivia.
One thing I left out was that focus, or that confidence was really important to have mental discipline. So.
Okay, well, you work on that in the next few minutes before we get to the show. Nick, how do you think you're going to do?
I came intending to win. I've been studying. I've talked to people who've submitted questions in the past.
Really?
I feel like maybe I've over-prepared, actually.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, now I've heard from a few people, Steve, that you are probing some folks in your circle for questions for an upcoming episode where you're going to host.
I've sent some inquiries out.
How's that going for you?
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
That's gotten all the way back to Nick, who said he was just with Jim Heffelfinger, and Jim was telling Nick that you were asking Jim for questions.
I hit Jim up, and he told me the one that you haven't used, which is what's Aldo Leopold's actual first name.
No idea.
But that's that had the problem. Like, the only one he threw to me was one that he prefaced by saying you won't use it. And it's one of those ones, again, like we always bring up, the point isn't that no one knows.
Sure.
The point is not that no one would know.
Mm-hmm.
The point is that someone would know.
That's right.
And someone wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So no, that hasn't been helpful at all. But I'll tell you what I've been very impressed by.
Okay.
Very, very impressed by.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. The listener submission queue.
Tell me about it.
Well, the volume, for one.
Volume is incredible.
Great volume. And then some people are so thorough about it, they even include the tidbit, the talking point.
Yeah.
You were saying that you gave me like a 1 in blank is usable. I found like a higher ratio of usable ones. I actually had 3. I can't decide. When I host, I might do 2 listener questions because I was so impressed by the queue.
We should do a whole episode of listener questions.
We will. Coming next week, Steve is going to host the show, so tune in for that.
And really quick, Steve, can you get cozy with Brody over there? You're kind of out of the frame.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is a 10-round quiz show with questions from MeatEater's 4 verticals, which are hunting, fishing, conservation, and cooking, and there is a prize. MeatEater will donate $500 to the conservation organization of the winner's choosing. But this show will be a little different. We are in the middle of Whitetail Week, which runs from October 2nd to October 8th. So, in honor of that, this entire episode is trivia based on America's most pursued big game animal.
No, that's not a good idea. You're just like
It's a great idea.
You're like handing it to Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Levi?
Well, he just said that he likes to hunt them, but he doesn't know all the what protein in a whitetail shapes its hoof.
Nick, you're in the pole position.
Well, actually, now I have pressure, which I didn't have before.
Yeah,
So
now
I
that expectation
don't think I will
we
win.
talked about is
know.
on you.
Everything is going to be whitetail based.
All right.
Don't sweat it, man.
Really?
Nah.
All right.
Now, I would bet like a Mark Kenyon, Tony Peterson, they would get a 9 or a 10 on this. Brody, Steve, maybe like a 5. I think this is going to be a tougher round for you.
Challenge accepted.
When's the
buddy.
last time you killed a whitetail, Brody? Last year?
Last November.
Okay, how about you, Steve?
Last year.
What's that got to do with answering questions, though?
About whitetails?
You remember Pat Durkin's observation? When he was at deer and deer hunting, he would interview a lot of big buck killers.
Uh-huh.
And he said he was always surprised by how many of them couldn't have told you what tree they were sitting in
Sure.
when they killed a trophy buck.
You're going to have to know a lot about whitetails to perform well here.
Don't worry, I'll get a 0, everybody.
Now, during this stretch that is Whitetail Week, MeatEater will be bringing you its best whitetail content, which you can find on the MeatEater.com, and its best whitetail deals, which you can get at FirstLight.com. This whole week is dedicated to articles, videos, podcasts, and gear that'll help you kill your next big buck. For the stat of the week this week, we're looking at the number 40. That's the percent you'll get off some of our favorite items from First Light, like the Catalyst Whitetail Jacket and Bibs and the Sawtooth Jacket and Vest. Levi, I know the Catalyst system is a staple in your mid-season whitetail kit. What do you like so much about it?
Yeah. I think it's
what are we snickering
I'm
about
not sure.
over here?
Oh, Steve's just making a very emphatic.
Steve's
Steve
making
on
it-
his
With
board.
his, with
He's
his
working on a
Markles-
turkey call, I
markers.
think.
And you can't pick that up at all, can you, Phil, in the mics?
Oh, yeah.
Not, you mean the squeaking?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll quit.
Okay. Levi, the catalyst system.
Yeah, I think, it's just become the workhorse for us from October through November.
Yeah.
I think it's really versatile, weather related, which is why I like it so much. I can wear it standalone if it's kind of warm out, or I can layer all the way down to 30 and mid 30s for me.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's maybe the most versatile piece in the Whitetail system.
Yeah.
Now you can get 40% off the Catalyst system right now. The Whitetail Week deals end this weekend. Here's our 0%er question of the week, which tests how much knowledge players have retained from previous shows. This question was from episode 460. The topic was whitetails, and nobody got it right. What was the nickname of the AK-57 radar laser triple barrel double scoped heat-seeking shotgun into 30-point buck?
This question was what I was thinking about coming into this episode of trivia, and I was like, I am going to bomb
So what's the answer, Maggie?
I can't remember.
Anybody even have a guess?
I wasn't here for this game.
Neither was I.
What was the nickname of the AK-57 radar laser triple barrel double scoped heat-seeking shotgun in the 30-point
I mostly
buck?
just remember Mark's disappointment in himself.
We're supposed to write
Nobody's
it down?
gonna. No, if you know it, just shout it out. Do you know the answer,
No,
Levi?
I
Okay,
was
the
gonna
correct
guess.
answer was Betty Lou.
I almost said Betsy.
Yeah, something like that. I was thinking something like
I was
that.
going to write Betsy.
But he wouldn't have given it to you.
The incorrect answers from that show were Susie, Betsy, Old Bessie, Bess, and the Youper smoke pole. Now we have some housekeeping to get to. In a previous game of trivia, we had a question about black market bear organs. When the answers were revealed, Steve mocked our guest, who was a doctor, for writing gallbladder as one word instead of two.
Yeah, but I was wrong.
Play the clip, Phil. Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Angela saying gallbladder, gallbladder, gallbladder.
Angela has his one word.
The entire room said gallbladder. They all got it right. The correct answer is gallbladder.
2 words.
Gallbladders and paws are
No, I
considered
don't
the
think
top
mocked
reason that bears
is-
get poached across the world.
Mocked?
Okay, well, how would you
Observed?
describe it? Oh, okay.
Observed?
Sure, okay. Well, despite Steve's confidence, gallbladder can be one word and is actually the preferred way to write it, according to places like Merriam-Webster, the Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins Medicine, WebMD, Harvard
Johns
Health,
Hopkins.
and more. Is it? Did I get that one wrong?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, that
Johns
one actually
Hopkins.
is.
Good
Yeah.
correction.
I don't know anyone named Johnny Hopkins.
Well, see, I just came out on top. he was trying to knock me down. I came
Yeah.
out on top.
Now, Steve, here's your chance to apologize to Dr. Angela Perry, who I'm certain is not listening right now.
Well, that's just not how I write it.
Was that was that your
No, I was
apology?
wrong. I was wrong.
Oh, okay.
I was wrong. At least I didn't, say John Hopkins.
Yeah. Apology not accepted on behalf of Angela. Now, the Shelby Index for today's round is a 3, so our winner should get 6 correct answers. And with that, we're on to the game of trivia.
Hold on, tell me again. The Shelby Index is what?
3, but she hasn't killed a whitetail, I think, since 2015. So
But that's a low Shelby Index.
it's a low Shelby Index, but she's not necessarily an authority on whitetails like a few of our players in the room today. So I like their chances. Play the drop, Phil.
Ooh. You caught me off guard there, Spencer. Here we go.
Look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything.
Game on, suckers!
Question 1, as always, this will be multiple choice, and the topic is hunting. What percent of whitetail bucks killed by hunters in America are 1.5 years old? Is it 5%, 16%, 27%, or 38%? And this was as of 2021. Here's the question again. What percent of whitetail bucks killed by hunters in America are 1.5 years old? 5%, 16%, 27%, 38%. This stat was from 2021. Steve with a confident answer. You think you have it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody ready? Brody?
Sure.
Could you just
5%,
read the-
16%,
Oh, it's right there.
27%, 38%. That's right. The question is on the TV behind Phil. Randall, ready?
I think so.
Maggie, ready? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying 38. Nick saying 38. Corinne saying 38. Maggie saying 16. Randall saying 38.
Brody got it wrong.
Saying 38.
No, he said D.
Steve saying 38.
wasn't even an option.
I can't turn around and look. I just went with the biggest number.
The correct answer was 27%.
Oh, dang it.
Damn,
Did
that's
anybody
what
get it
I had.
right?
That's what I had, and I
changed
erased
my answer.
it.
Nobody
Really?
got it right.
not
What would
higher
that
than
number
that?
have been in
Jeez.
1990?
It's a great question. This is
80%.
via the National Deer Association's 2023 Deer Report. They found that just over a quarter of all whitetail bucks killed by hunters in 2021 were 1.5 years old. That may seem like a lot, but that number has actually been decreasing. In 2009, it was 41%. In 1999, it was 51%. And in 1989, it was 62%.
And in 1986, in Muskegon County, Michigan, it was 100%.
That's right. 27% of whitetails killed in America.
That is really surprising, man. Well, Helmet, is that counting dudes, is
whole
that counting
nation.
shooting fawns?
Specifically, well, they
No,
wouldn't
that
be-
wouldn't count button bucks.
No.
Okay.
No.
Question 2. The topic is archery. Nobody got that one right. The Indoor Archery World Series Finals have been held in this city since 2011. The Indoor Archery World Series Finals have been held in this city since 2011.
Really quick, Spencer.
What's up?
The audience is going to get a peek behind the curtain. Your mic's crackling a little bit. You want to just kind of futz with the cables there and make sure they're all good to go. I know it's kind of a loose piece of hardware there. Yep. Oh, that sounds pretty
Anything?
good.
Is that
Nope,
better?
that's good.
Okay,
Yep.
here
Try
we
not
go.
to touch it. Thank you.
Topic is archery. The Indoor Archery World Series Finals have been held in this
You know,
city
Levi?
since 2011.
Indoor Archery World Series Finals. The World Series Finals.
Is he messing up?
Archery World Series.
I can't think of like any cities' names.
I know
right
two
now. That's
cities that
how
there's an
good
Indoor
this is
Archery
going.
World Series in, so I'm not sure. Since 2011, it's been in this city but way before that. So since 2011 was the start.
Does everybody
Sounds
have
like
an
he
answer?
caught Spencer in the wrong question.
see.
If he's having
We'll
trouble
see.
with it, I don't have a
Indoor
prayer.
Archery World Series Finals have been held in this city. Well, if it's not this one, it starts with the same letter.
Okay.
There's two cities it could be.
Is everybody ready?
Oh, hold on. I got to think about this
Okay.
now. What would that mean?
I think I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Oh, are you?
I think so.
Is everybody ready?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
No, I feel
Indoor
good. I feel
Archery
good with
World
it.
If it's not
Series
that letter,
Finals.
My
It's
alternate guess.
another one with the same letter.
My alternate guess started with the same letter.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
What letter might that be?
The only thing that's throwing me
S?
off is the 2011 because I've been shooting in the same city since 2007.
What city is that?
So if it just moved there, then I might have got it wrong.
Okay.
So let's see.
Is everybody ready? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying Vegas, Nick saying Vegas, Corinne saying Vegas, Maggie saying Pittsburgh, Randall saying Vegas, Brody saying St. Louis, Steve saying Salt Lake City. The correct answer is
Louisville?
Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
The competition has events for men and women shooting recurves and compounds. Our guest, Levi Morgan, took third place out of 267 competitors at the World Series in 2019. Levi, what do you remember about that day?
I didn't win.
That's what you remember?
That's what I remember.
Not that you beat 264 other
I
dudes.
remember having a bet with my friends that if I won, they got to pick a tattoo that I would get.
Oh.
No, they got to pick. Yeah, I got to pick where it went. They got to pick what it was. So I threw it on purpose.
Oh, there you go. So hold on.
No, I
You
didn't
had to
win.
get a tattoo then?
Yeah,
What
if
was
I
the
would have won.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
What was
If
it
I
going to
did
be, you think?
I have no idea. You have to know my friends.
Okay.
I couldn't talk about it on here anyway.
Now, I think the 2011 part was this archery organization was like before that, it was two other organizations that were condensed into one, and then it became the World Series Finals. So it was very kind of convoluted about when it switched
When it
from this
started.
event to this event.
Got it. Yeah.
Can you help
It
me
seems
understand how that's a whitetail deer question?
Because our guest is Levi Morgan. Question 3. The topic
like it.
is gear.
I like it.
This company that's famous for their number 69 Doe-in rut urine has been in business since 1972. The men in the room are confident. Maggie and Corinne, not so much. Here's the question again. The topic is gear. This company that's famous for their number 69 doe and rut urine has been in business since 1972. Steve, do you have any of this stuff at home right now?
Even though my dad's been dead for 20 years, I could go into what was his office and open his drawer, and I will find you a few of these.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You should bust them out and use them every now and then.
Sure, they're in great condition.
I don't know if they could be in bad condition.
He'd have his wool, his wool boonie hat, a couple chunks of paracord, some finger tabs, and some of this stuff would be laying in that drawer.
A lot of places, this stuff's probably not legal anymore, right? Where you're not allowed to use doe urine.
Does everybody have an answer? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying Tinks, Nick saying Tinks, Corinne saying Buck's Gone Wild. That's good. Maggie saying Scentsy, which is what, like an Avon product or something like that? Randall and Brody and Steve saying Tinks. They got it. Correct answer is Tinks. The brand was started by Tink Nathan, who wanted to create lures that could bring bucks closer. Their number 69 doe and rut lure is a combination of Tink's secret ingredients and urine that's collected from whitetails on their estrus cycle. They claim their product is the top-selling buck lure in the world.
Did it have some vanilla in it?
That was Vanilla Killa from Dan Fitzgerald. Hope that's not the next question.
Question 4. Topic is conservation. This is our listener question of the week, which was won by Michael Arden for sending this great question. Michael is going to get a book signed by Steve. If you want a chance to win, then send your question to trivia@themeateater.com. This bean-shaped tissue is what biologists typically remove from deer to test for CWD.
Leave me alone.
This bean-shaped tissue is what biologists typically remove from deer to test for CWD.
No
the room
idea.
is yet again confident.
No,
maybe. Okay. Everyone is quick to answer.
No, my brain's
Except
not
for Maggie.
working.
Because me and
today.
Brody are in a tough spot here because of like the questions aren't even whitetail questions. Brody's has a new different kind of attitude. He wanted to share answers.
No. I wanted to see what you were writing. I already wrote mine.
Brody also came in looking to make a statement. He's wearing a Mule Deer Foundation hat, knowing that this is Whitetail Week.
Yeah, it's just like little digs, you know.
Get on that mic, Brody, if you could. Thanks.
I'm pretty sure it's the same whether it's a mule deer or whitetail in this example. I would hope so.
The question again is this bean-shaped tissue is what biologists typically remove from deer to test for CWD. Does everybody have an answer?
I'll change mine 3 times, so we'll see.
Okay. Maggie, are we ready? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying lymph node. Nick saying lymph node. Corinne saying lymph node. Steve, do you have any comments for how Corinne wrote lymph node?
The lymph node.
I'll take it. I'll accept it. The lymph
Maggie
node.
without an answer. Randall saying adenoid. Brody saying lymph node. Steve saying thymus gland. The correct answer is lymph nodes.
There's just no chance for me, man.
You folks got it right. The brain stem and lymph nodes are spots where infectious proteins concentrate in CWD-positive deer. For that reason, biologists have long struggled to find a way to test animals while they're alive. There are some live tests in development, like ones that take rectal biopsies or ear punches, but nothing has been perfected yet.
Can you be certain that you can't tell from a thymus gland?
Are they bean-shaped?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't think that's what biologists use, though. Typically, it's that's also part of the question. Is that it's like the most common way to test. Nick, how are we doing on live tests for whitetails?
Still not 100% there. It's probably going to be a while before we get there. So, unfortunately, the best way to test is after the deer is dead.
Do you think there's some day in our lifetime where that will be the case? That
Yes.
You can test. Really?
Yes.
Okay. Are most people that optimistic?
I think so. I think the arguments are mostly over how long it'll take to get there. But yeah, absolutely.
What do you think that test will look like when it is around?
I think it'll just be further development of some tests that we already have that are close right now, probably pretty close to approval. So
that's a bit of sunshine I didn't think we'd get. I didn't think you would be that optimistic that it's going to happen.
It doesn't help us a lot with wild deer, though.
That's a good point.
You know, which is what we're most concerned about.
right.
But it will help deer farmers. Yeah.
Question 5, the topic is woodsmanship. This is a visual question. If you want to see what the room is seeing, then go to Instagram and check out @SpencerNewharth or watch this episode on MeatEater's YouTube channel. I am showing the room a trail cam picture that I got in 2014. Here's their prompt. This plant of many nicknames is a legume that's famous for its hitchhiking seeds. This plant of many nicknames is a legume that's famous for its hitchhiking seeds.
Where'd you take that picture, Spencer?
Not going to tell you. We could talk about it afterwards if you're interested. Does that look like a familiar plant to some of you?
That's a nice buck. Did you get him?
I did not get that one. No. He had 2 buddies with him that I ended up killing a few years later, though. This buck I kind of lost track of, though, after he shed his velvet.
I got no idea, but I know what that stuff is. And it
Okay,
sucks.
it does. That's right. Steve, does that look familiar to you, that plant?
It does, but I'm not real confident. But it's like I can't win anyway, so it doesn't matter.
This plant of many nicknames
could I win?
is
I
a
don't know.
legume that's famous for its hitchhiking seeds. Brody, how we doing? You are thinking hard.
I have an answer, but I know it's wrong.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see what the room comes up with. Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying beggar's lice, Nick saying jewelweed, Corinne saying pole bean, Maggie saying houndstooth, Randall saying hitchhiker, Brody saying hound's tongue, Steve saying hound's tongue.
Oh.
Acceptable answers would be beggar's lice, creature's lice, trefoil, tick trefoil, stick seed, stick tight, and hitchhikers. I don't know about hound's tongue. I will look that up. I've not heard that one. I never saw that one online mentioned.
I don't think that's hound's tongue.
Is that like foxtail?
This is like
hound's tongue?
stuff,
I picked one off
right?
my clothes yesterday. It's like
They're like the little balls.
They're
no,
like
not a
teardrop
cockleburr.
shaped.
Is it a legume?
I have no
Well, they're
idea.
like
It's shaped
flat.
like this.
I'm guessing it's not the same.
No,
I
it's
will
not.
This
look it
thing's
up.
like prickly, right? Like
Yeah, it's
It's not the same.
Beggar's lice is a wiry plant that's native to North America. Its seeds act like Velcro and stick to fur, feathers, and clothes, which is its dispersal method. Despite our hate for it, deer actually love to eat it. To learn more about the plant, read my article on the MeatEater.com called Beggar's Lice, a deer hunter's friend and foe.
No, hitchhiker was one of the answers.
Hitchhiker is one of
I
the
wrote
correct
this
answer.
down in an attempt to be cheeky because you said hitchhiking in the question.
I found it mentioned in an article. Like,
Oh no,
another name
I'm
is-
thrilled. I'm surprised that this was an answer.
I think beggar's lice is
What'd
probably
you
the
have,
most
Levi?
common
Beggar's
one.
lice.
Beggar's lice is what he came up with. Does that sound familiar now that you've heard it, though? You've never heard of beggar's lice.
I mean,
There you
maybe
go.
I have, but it's not like.
It's
Add
Heard
that-
of beggars.
Add that
and
one to
lice.
your lingo. Phil, we're halfway through the game of trivia. Give us a scoreboard update.
Yeah, we've got Maggie with 0 points. Steve and Rinella with 1. Corinne and Brody.
That's a new one.
Thanks, Steve.
One there.
Corinne and Brody have 2 points apiece.
That's amazing. I'm tied with
Yeah.
Brody.
Randall and Nick have 3, and in first place is Levi Morgan with 4 points.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I got the 27% wrong. I'm not happy about it.
You'd be doing real good.
Doing well otherwise.
That was the one I had right, and I erased it.
Yeah.
So, could be tied with Steve.
Well, it's already better than I thought.
1 point.
Question
Sorry,
6.
going mule deer hunting
The
soon.
topic is deer camp. Lee and Tiffany Lukoski have hosted this whitetail hunting show since 2008. Levi, Nick, Brody all look confident. Steve also has an answer. Randall is struggling. Lee and Tiffany Lukoski have hosted this whitetail hunting show since 2008. And as you might remember from a previous episode of trivia, I believe it was Tiffany who coined the term BBD, which means big buck down. Does everybody have an answer? Nick, do you have this one right?
I believe so.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Randall? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying the crush, Nick saying the crush, Corinne without an answer, Maggie saying deer camp, Randall saying the chase, Brody saying the crush, Steve saying the crush. They got it. The correct answer is the crush. Before the Crush, Lee and
Coming
Tiffany
back, bro.
hosted the show Getting Close. And before that, Tiffany was a flight attendant and Lee was a chemical engineer in Minneapolis. They quit their day jobs in the early 2000s to buy a farm in Iowa and focus on land management and hunting. Question 7. The topic is conservation. What hallowed county in Wisconsin leads the world in Boone and Crockett whitetail entries? Steve thinks he has it right.
I didn't even need you to finish.
What?
I didn't even need you to finish the question.
What hallowed county in Wisconsin leads the world in Boone and Crockett whitetail entries? You probably would have got it without even the word Wisconsin in there.
I do know it.
But how much?
I just have. I don't have the answer yet.
It's called Big Buck County.
Uh-huh. Has anyone ever hunted in this county?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. And did it live up to the hype?
No.
Oh, really?
No, it's very overhunted because of that.
Is it?
Yeah. Same thing with Pike County, Illinois, type thing.
Does everybody have an answer?
Probably got it
Randall?
wrong.
Nah, you're good.
What hallowed county in Wisconsin leads the world in Boone and Crockett whitetail entries? Randall?
I wrote down an answer. I'm not happy with it, so I'm just kind of drawing it out.
Okay.
We're waiting on me. Fine.
You ready? Go ahead and reveal your answers.
God.
We have Levi and Nick saying Buffalo, Corinne and Maggie without an answer, Randall saying Adams, which I think is a Wisconsin county anyway.
Illinois and Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brody and Steve saying Buffalo. The correct answer is Buffalo.
Humiliating.
Buffalo County has 161 entries in the Boone and Crockett record book for typical and non-typical whitetail deer. That's more than entire states like North Dakota, New York, and Pennsylvania. After Buffalo County, the top producers in America are St. Louis County in Minnesota and Maverick County in Texas.
How is Buffalo County doing if you look at it over time? Is its heyday past, or is it still cranking them out?
I don't know. I can't answer that for you. Nick, maybe you would have a better idea.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's still very popular, so.
Sure.
But is it still holding up numbers-wise?
I'd be curious to see. Yeah.
Question 8. The topic is woodsmanship. The rear indentations in a whitetail buck's track are made by these. And this is question 8. We will get a scoreboard update from Phil after this. Here it is again. The rear indentations in a whitetail buck's track are made by these.
God, I'm coming back strong.
Steve,
but everybody else is
I don't
strong.
know that
You can't catch him because he keeps getting them right anyway.
I don't know if I spelled this
It's like
right.
if something bad happened to him and he couldn't play anymore, like a health problem or something.
In the next 10
a
minutes.
while ago that happened.
Oh, sure.
And me coming back the way I'm coming back.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, it could happen.
You needed.
No,
you
it could
needed
have
like
happened. It's too late.
Could have happened. Sure.
A concussion or an ACL tear on question 6 would have helped you.
Yeah. Or maybe like a gas leak in the building. Just exclusively on this side of the table. Here's the question again. The rear indentations in a whitetail buck's track are made by these. Randall, do you have this one right?
No, I'm not even gonna play.
Oh, come
Are
on.
you serious, Dr. Randall?
Yeah, I am. I for whatever reason, I just can't come up with any answers. today.
Randall, I think my stupid might be like filtering over to you because I can't.
And
my
Randall
brain's
grew up
not
in big
working.
buck country in Ohio.
I did.
Dr. Randall has no answer. Take a Hail Mary.
Is everybody ready?
It's better than nothing, dude.
That's a Hail Mary.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi and Nick saying
God.
dew claws. Corinne without an answer. Maggie without an answer. Randall without an answer.
No, he wrote hoofs.
I wrote hoofs, which could be. I
Brody
don't
and
know.
Steve
I mean,
saying
that's
dew
what I
claws.
said
They got it.
crossed
The
out.
correct
Yeah, I
answer
knew it was
is
wrong.
dew claws. Dew claws are located on the backside of a deer's leg and located slightly above the hoof. It's said that the best way to identify a big buck is by its track is by studying the dew claw marks. Some features to look for include how wide they are, how far they are from the hoof, and if they're perpendicular to the hoof. To learn more how to spot a mature buck track, go read Mark Kenyon's article on the MeatEater.com called "How to Identify a Mature Buck
I like
Track
that
in
perpendicular
the
thing.
Snow."
That's good. I never thought to. Yeah.
Yeah, usually like a good thing to look for is
Yeah.
the size and how
We
weird
call
it looks.
it when they were pronged out for
Oh,
some reason.
that's
you know.
good.
But yeah,
I like that.
perpendicular.
Phil, we have 2 questions left. Give us a scoreboard update.
Maggie Hudlow, Corinne Schneider, Randall Williams, and Stephen Rinella are no longer in the
How
running.
can that be true? I've been like getting them all right.
Oh, yeah, I must have dozed off during that part. We got Brody with 5 points, and then our two guests, Levi and Nick, are in first and second, respectively. Levi has 7, Nick has 6.
Wow. Okay. It's going to get kind of fun. Question 9. The topic is gear. Dr. Scott Elrod created this hunting company in 2007, which claims to sell, quote, the only active in the field scent elimination device.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Scott Elrod created this hunting company in 2007, which claims to sell, quote, the only active in the field scent elimination device. Levi thinks he has it. Levi, do you use one of these? Do you have?
I have used them a lot. Yes.
Okay.
I think if I got it right, I have. Yeah.
Give me a minute, man.
Sure.
You want to know something totally weird?
Okay.
When I bought the house I'm living in, there was one of these in the crawl space. The only thing
that
in
is
the
weird.
house.
You're right. That's weird.
I mean, the only item in that house
I'd be kind of suspicious
was
about your house.
in the crawl space.
What'd you do with the
Put it
thing?
in the free table.
Oh, and it just disappeared.
I wonder if they were growing
There might
something
be
down
evidence
there.
somewhere.
That's what I'm saying.
Hadn't been
Brody.
opened.
Mhm.
It was all the stuff.
Oh, wow.
But I can't remember what the hell it's called. Doesn't matter if I can't win anyway.
That's how I feel.
These guys throwing in a towel.
It's it's like I remember now what it is.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna help me come back.
Is everybody ready? Randall? Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying Ozonics, Nick saying Ozonics, Corinne saying bye-bye smell, Maggie and Randall without an answer. Brody and Steve saying Ozonics. They got it. The correct answer is Ozonics.
I'll point out,
I still think I'm out.
since the second half,
You're on a
perfect
heater.
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect game.
You're doing good. You were using it probably to clean carpet because that's where it came from.
Yeah, I think originally
you think so?
Ozone
That
was,
makes sense.
I think like they used it in industrial freezers a lot too. When freezers would go bad, they'd come in and clean them out with ozone.
Yeah.
Ozonics uses ozone to penetrate a hunter's scent cone and eliminate human odor. They have what is considered one of the strongest patents in the hunting industry, which Scent Crusher bumped up against in 2018 when they created their own field ozone device. Scent Crusher sent me one to test and then was sued by Ozonics just a few days later. Scent Crusher immediately pulled the device, but I never gave mine back and still have it to this day. So I own one of the only Scent Crusher field units in the world, and it's one of my proudest possessions.
Wow. Sweet.
Oh, it's very cool. I hope someone asks me about it when I'm out doing
That
stuff.
might be
I'm
a good
well,
auction.
let me tell you.
That
about
might be a good
thing.
auction house of oddities item.
It's going to take a lot to get that. From me. Phil, we're on the last question. Give us a scoreboard update.
Well, it's down to Levi and Nick. Levi has 8, Nick has 7.
Question 10. The topic is hunting.
So hold on, so Nick's got it. If Nick gets it right, Levi gets it wrong. It's overtime.
Correct.
Yeah.
Question 10. The topic is hunting. Of the states that begin with an I, which one has the fewest white-tailed deer? Of the states that begin with an I, which one has the fewest white-tailed deer? Just checking again. We have Nick who's leading or Levi who's
Levi
leading?
has 8, Nick has 7.
Okay, we need Levi to get this wrong, Nick to get this right, to go to overtime. This is
Fewest.
question 10. Of the states that begin with an I, which one has the fewest white-tailed deer?
I'm just hoping there's not a state I'm missing somewhere. No, we'll see.
Nick, do you think you have this one right?
I believe I do.
Okay.
We're about to find out.
Levi, you feel
How
sort of
exciting.
confident?
50-50.
How exciting.
We are guaranteed to have a guest
nice to
winner
not have
today.
any. Nice to not have any skin in the game on a last round do or
No,
die
like me and
question.
Brody are like friends and stuff right now. So watch us.
Yeah, cheering each
Oh, I
other
forgot
on.
about that one.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying Indiana, Nick saying
He forgot
Idaho,
about that one.
Forgot Idaho.
Corinne saying
too.
Indiana.
Dang it.
Maggie
In all
saying
fairness, I
Idaho.
forgot about Idaho.
Randall and Brody saying Idaho.
I had Iowa.
Steve originally saying Iowa. And
I
then
think
he
you could have
changed
gotten
it.
away with it if you hadn't confessed to it. That was
Dang it.
very subtle.
The correct answer
Choked.
is Idaho.
Oh.
Nick got
I was
it
thinking
right.
of the ones in that little area together.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
It's all
That killed a
3 of
whitetail
them
in
like
Idaho.
touch.
Did you?
Yeah.
The 4 states that begin with an I are
fewer.
The
Iowa,
only one.
Indiana, Illinois, and Idaho. Indiana has 680,000 whitetail. Illinois has 660,000. Iowa has 445,000. And Idaho has 232,000 whitetail and 282,000 muleys.
Damn.
The only reason you're able to get away with that question is give me the first 2 states.
Iowa, Indiana, Illinois, Idaho.
No, give me the numbers.
680, 660,
Okay.
445, and then Idaho at 232.
Had it been different, you're not going to give that question on a 20,000
That's why I didn't
estimate.
ask the question that way.
It's like ridiculous.
Okay.
They got them all, they all
If the
registered.
question had been different,
Sure.
it would have been a bad question, Spencer.
That's a good point. Yep. It'd be like if the question was like, what's one the state that begins with what's state where there's only one of them? Do we have one? It's got to be there. You're right. If I would have asked that question, that would have been a bad question. We're going to overtime. Play the drop, Phil.
Oh, that was the wrong sound.
Tiebreaker. If you ain't first, you're last.
I think just cut it at if you ain't first, you're last, and then like go into other stuff that's funny. I never liked it.
Hey, Phil, off, man.
Yeah, if I would have asked a state that begins with a G, you're right, Steve, that would have been a really bad question because it could have only been Georgia. Here's the overtime question. This is numerical. The person who's closest to the correct answer will be declared the winner between Nick and Levi. What did the Dustin Huff buck score? And for reference, we have a photo of it on the TV. You can see this photo on our YouTube channel. What did the Dustin Huff buck score? Write your answer to 1/8 of an inch, and I'll ask everyone in the room to play along. If somebody gets it right on the nose, we will add an extra $100 donation at the end of the game.
Is this a net or a gross score?
This would be the Boone and Crockett score, which would make it a net score.
Net score.
Oh, net.
What a stud buck, though, man.
Stud buck.
I should know the answer to this question.
What did the Dustin Huff buck score? Go to 1/8 of an inch. Levi, what's the biggest buck you've ever killed?
Come on. 185 and some change. 185 and something.
Okay. Did he look like that?
No, sir. He was not that big.
If I remember right, he was small.
Quite a bit smaller than that. So.
Does everybody have an answer? Now, are you guys going off of what you remember about when this happened, or are you going off the photo that you're looking at?
Photo for me.
Yeah, I've actually interviewed him, and I don't remember.
Okay.
I know it barely missed the world record, though.
Are we ready?
Oh, I know what the world record is, so I probably don't have enough on here.
Go ahead and reveal your answers. We have Levi saying 206 and 1/8. Nick saying 231. Corinne saying 200. Maggie saying 243. Randall saying 221 and 1/8. Brody saying 201 and 3/8. Steve saying 200 and 1/8. The correct answer is 211 and 4/8, making Levi our winner. He was within 5 inches of the correct answer. Now, for more on Dustin's story, you can hear him play trivia on episodes 338 and 339 of the MeatEater podcast.
Didn't he win?
He won trivia that day. He
did.
was our first
He did
ever
win.
guest to win.
Yep.
Went to overtime.
He was a
I
good
think
guest, too.
The overtime
great.
question was the heaviest turkey, and he dang near hit it right on the nose.
Congratulations, Levi.
Well
Thank you.
done, Levi.
Way better than I expected.
Kills big
No.
bucks, and he knows whitetails.
He's a world champ for a reason, right?
That's right.
Trivia
Levi,
world
what
champ.
happens next is you get to choose where the $500 donation from MeatEater goes. So what's it going to be? What conservation organization would you like us to send that money to?
Let me see.
The Mule Deer Foundation.
Let's do the National Deer Association.
Okay.
How about
man.
that?
Thank
What do we
you.
like about them, Nick?
Leadership.
What's that $500 buying us?
Oh my goodness, yeah. So we're really the only whitetail conservation organization that gets into the science, interprets the science. We teach you how to do your food plot. We teach you how to hunt deer better. We work on policy issues, so we're very well-rounded in that regard. So we certainly appreciate the contribution, and that's where Mr. Huff donated to as well.
Oh, that's
Oh,
great.
excellent,
Yeah.
man.
Very proud of that. Thank
good
you.
time
Whitetail
back.
guys
For
stick
sure.
together.
That's right.
Yeah, we do.
Now, don't forget, Whitetail Week is happening right now on the MeatEater.com and FirstLight.com. Go check out all the content and discounts before it's too late. Also, as a reminder, Steve is hosting next week, so tune in. It's going to be one of my favorite episodes. Steve, where's your confidence at right now about how well you're going to do?
What's been messing me a little bit, and I've been tailoring it, trying to make a little room for younger players.
Oh, okay.
Because I would go heavily toward media references, and I've been chilling that out, and I've kept it down to one media reference, and not getting into because I was like, in what state in the Deer Hunter, in what state do they hunt deer?
Sure,
but that was from the 70s.
Is it Pennsylvania?
Yeah,
and it's a red stag anyway.
It's
or
the
something?
Hartford buck. It's the same buck. You remember the Hartford buck for the insurance companies? That would have been my tidbit.
No.
The buck they use in the Deer Hunter is this famous buck from the insurance commercials, the Hartford stag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good little
There was like this
preview.
Hartford insurance company had this, their logo was this buck, this red stag.
That's the kind of content you're going to get from Steve next
Yeah,
week.
great tidbits.
Well, actually, that's not what he's been cutting those out.
Sure.
Oh yeah, but listen, I've been putting a lot more thought in than he ever did.
Nick, Levi, thanks for joining us. Thank you. Well done. Join us next time for more MeatEater trivia, the only game show where conservation always wins.